Welcome back to the Carthage campaign. This is the heir of Carthage, returning to give you the next part after what has been a long time. For those of you wondering why I've been away from YouTube for so long, I did graduate school about a week ago, and I have been substituting at a local high school in order to earn some money while I'm waiting on the good job that I'm interviewing for and I expect to get to call me back. They are due to call me back at the beginning of this next week, so wish me luck. It would be a great job for me, and hopefully I get it. So let's get back to the Carthage campaign. You can see that Lilybomb and Carthage are turning out some major negative income. That's due to the fact that a lot of my ports are under siege, and Messana and Syracuse are also turned out some terrible incomes. But I mean, I'm making money elsewhere in the Empire, so I'm pretty sure that it's going to even out pretty well. Yeah, I've still got decent income. That's why you build your resources early. A lot of you keep asking me, oh, how in the world did you get so much money? It's because I built my resources, and a lot of you complain that I go too slow. But if you move quickly, then you have a poor economic base, and you're going to start to suffer from bankruptcy and all kinds of other problems. So you got to make sure to pay attention to your economy early, or else you could blow the game. Let's see if we can beat these Romans off of my port. As you can see, they've just brought a ragtag bunch of ships with holes in them and stuff. I really think that if they make a Rome 2 Total War, they should make it to where you can't besiege cities with 1 unit or 2 units. Like, I think you should have to have a minimum of, 5 units to siege a port or a city. That would make it a little more realistic, because if you imagine what a siege is basically blockading your enemy into their city or their port, and you literally have to have enough men to spread around the city and keep the people from leaving. And so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that you can siege an entire city with 1 or 2 units. Hopefully you can understand what I'm talking about there. Alright, so it looks like we got the Romans off of our city. Up here in Massilla, we need to do the same thing. They're blockading my port. Again, not with very many men, so I'm going to easily beat them back. And let's get my ships retrained here. I need these ships to defend this coastline. So I've kind of silenced things momentarily on the northern front. That's due to me having given the Julii some massive losses. They lost at least 4 to 5 large armies up in this region. And as you can see, my army is getting more experienced because of this. And I'm probably going to be moving on from Massilla quite soon and marching towards Italy. I want to go ahead and put the pressure on the Romans from the north. Basically, I'm just going to give this city some time to get used to their new Carthaginian masters, and I'm going to start training some troops to garrison the city when I leave. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn and see what happens. I have most of my cities on auto-manage, so they should be building on their own. You don't generally get the best results from using auto-manage, but I'm sick of trying to do it all on my own. Alright, here the rebels are attacking me. As you can see, the balance of power is in their favor. And I'm worried because sometimes they give the rebels like gold upgraded units. In this case they don't, and really the balance of power shouldn't be in their favor because I'm going to easily lay waste to this army. In fact, I'll go ahead and film this. Okay, I am back on the battle map, and the rebels are sallying forth towards my position. And so the computer always runs away when you sally forth. I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm going to trap my opponent right at his own gates and turn that to my advantage. So here comes his Scutarii, or Spanish mercenaries in this case, which are basically Scutarii. And I'm going to be charging them with all of my Iberian infantry since they're isolated. So let's watch that slaughter real quick. Yep, his Spanish mercenaries are getting cut down at an alarming rate. You can just watch their numbers drop there. Now they are slightly better troops than my Iberians, but due to the numbers, my Iberians are going to easily outclass them. And my cavalry is getting shot up by his towers, so I'm going to move them in closer to the gate. Alright, so basically I'm just going to charge in gung-ho and trap him here at the gates. That way his men are constantly surrounded and overwhelmed by my numbers. And then the bad morale being caused by his routing units will inflict into his other units as well. So here comes all my Iberians, and I'm going to charge my cavalry in as well, just to really drop the hammer on these Spaniards. I say Spaniards, I mean that's kind of what they look like to me. I guess they're technically rebels. So here I am slaughtering his men on the rebel troops en masse. They're sending out one last unit of Iberian infantry. So could anybody in this situation explain to me why the balance of power was supposed to be in favor of the Spaniards? I'm still a little bit confused as to the reasoning there. Alright, I'm going to get my cavalry out of the way because I don't really want them fighting his infantry. I only have light cavalry. And now I'm going to charge in the remainder of my infantry against his naked fanatics. Fortunately for me, they're only nearly naked. Oh wow. My general got stuck in there and got killed. Oh well, he was just a captain, he wasn't really a general, so it doesn't hurt my feelings. And of course my men really aren't wavering because of the loss of their general, because they vastly outnumber what's left of these Spaniards. And these naked fanatics have a lot better attack than my Iberians, but again, they're outnumbered terribly and surrounded, so it's only a matter of time before they cave in. But they're going to take down a decent number of my men with them, so good for them. But just a waste of time really in the end. And here is the opponent is, or my AI opponent is charging back out some of his Iberian infantry to try and make a last stand, but oh, I didn't realize they had a general unit. Wow, yeah, look, that's pretty funny. I didn't realize they had a general unit, and look, my men are routing. Look, yeah, 66 men and they're routing. Yeah, right. So the computer, that's why the computer's balance of power was way better than mine. It's because you have to remember that computer generals are capable of defeating entire armies. And so the AI did a great job of killing my general in order to try and give themselves a better shot at winning. But nevertheless, their cheating is in vain. It looks like the gates shut on my men before I could get in. Well, that's pretty much all you need to see on this battle. You can see that the computer's resistance was really just a pathetic waste of time. Alright. It looks like my general is routing again. I guess the rebel general... They had two rebel generals. Oh, how convenient. Yeah, well, definitely now I understand the balance of power. I'm going to stop recording this battle. There's really nothing left worth seeing here. Alright, so I wiped out the rebel resistance in Cordoba, and even though they're all basically Carthaginian citizens, I am going to massacre the populace. The money will be handy, and it will keep the riots in the city down. And you'll notice that my incomes are doing better at all my cities now that I've beat back the Romans. My city's been retaken, and the population there has been cut down, so that'll definitely help squelch some of the rebellion in my empire. So it's nice to get rid of all those stupid rebels. We have Cordoba back under my control, and it's turning a massive profit. So that'll be handy. Let's repair any of the buildings that were pretty messed up in the siege, because I did siege the city for a long time, and we're going to put the construction on auto-manage. And we should probably take one of my leaders across the Straits of Gibraltar and put him in Cordoba. So let's do that. And here's my general, so you head to Cordoba. Alright, so now we'll have a governor in Cordoba, and that'll help quell some of the rebellious spirits as well. Alright, the Julii, it looks like, are coming back trying to retake Massilia. They will definitely fail in their attempt. In fact, I'm going to go out and meet them on the plain right now, because I don't want a lot of time being wasted with my city being sieged. And when you fight a sally battle, then you have to wait because the Romans are going to run away, and then finally, you finally catch up to them. Anyway, again, it's going to show the balance of power hugely in favor of the Romans for no particular reason. Yes, they do have quite a few units of Principes, but I have far more cavalry and far more experienced cavalry. So this is going to be a wholesale slaughter. Again, I'll film this so you get to see it, and let's see if this balance of power is really very, very honest.